Hello, everyone, and boy, have I got a treat for you today. Thank you for joining us for Pilates today. Pilates for everybody, and Pilates for everybody. Oh, we'll talk about that more as we go along. I'm Debbie Nolan, and this is, and we're both happy that you've joined us today to learn a little bit more about the exercise program or activity or modality known as Pilates. Now, when it was created by Joseph Pilates in the 30s, he didn't call it by his name, he called it controlology. Now, he called it that because he believed as a form of exercise that you could do for your entire life. It involves controlling the muscles of the body by focusing on the movements, focusing on the flow of the movements, but concentrating on the execution of the movements, and the breath joins everything together. So, once again, another mind body exercise because the mind, the breath joins together the mind and the body. So, we in the West think of it as Pilates because it's been brand named with Joseph Pilates' name. So, in traditional Pilates, there's a set form or select uh, sequence of how the exercises are put together. Today, we're going to do more of a non traditional style of Pilates, so it'll loosely follow that tradition. So, I always recommend to look at our other Pilates videos on Enrico's YouTube channel, but also if it piques your interest, be sure and check Pilates at any time because there is a myriad and plethora of videos out there for you to partake in. This is our offering for you today. So, with that thought, we'll get ready to get started. So, we're going to lay down and get in position because I like to pay homage to the fact that it is a mind body tradition. So, I like for us to always get our mind in body in sequence with our breath, and then we're able to create the concentration, control, flow, and execution of all the movements. So, let us lay back, Anna. So be sure and find a nice area in your home. If you have a yoga mat, terrific. If you don't, you can put a beach towel down uh, over your head area and carpet. Especially if you have a wood floor, have something cushion that you can rest on. Good. And have a kind of quieter area so that you can kind of see what's going on as well as do. And sometimes if there's confusion in the area, it's really difficult to follow the flow of things virtually. So first, let's just start with our knees bent and the soles of our feet on the floor. Good. Shift a little bit so that your spine kind of settles down into the mat. And then just close your eyes or shut them halfway. And for our first few moments here, breathe. Just follow the flow of your breath in visually and do that in your mind. Follow the flow of the breath in through your nose, down the back of your throat, and all the way into the base of your lungs. Good. A nice full breath. In Pilates, there's many styles of breathing and breathing techniques. Today, we're just going to focus on breathing. Everyone's body style, body type is appropriate for Pilates. We just express it differently. So a lot of times people think it's just for dancers, but it's not for everybody. Good. So as you start to collect your breath, just notice how the breath flows through your body. The front of the body rises to meet the breath. And then when we exhale, it's as if we settle into the mat. And we start to bring that concentration element into play with the breath, inhaling and exhaling. Good. Now we only have one pivot joint in our body, and that's where our skull rests on our head. So we're going to inhale in now, and your eyes can stay shut. But exhale, pivot your head towards the mat, towards the front of the room. Camera, the ear comes down towards the mat. Good, and then inhale, float your head back up. You're just rolling on the back of the skull. So exhale to the other side. And inhale, flow back up. So just match the movement with your breath. You might be matched with me, and you might not, and that's okay. Good. So here, focusing on the movement, it's not a rapid one at this point, and flowing back up. So here, we're just creating space, starting to juice up around the joints. Good. And then flowing to the other side. Let's do that 2 more times wherever you're at. End up with your nose towards the sky. Good. Now in Pilates, a lot of the exercises have creative names. This is head rotations. Nose stops at pointing towards the sky. Now, arms are next to the body, palms down. This next one is called head nods. So a big inhale in, and then exhale. Lift your chin up like you're touching your chin to your chest, and then inhale, float back down. So exhale up towards the chest, touch. Inhale, flow back down. Now, you may find that you're not able to match the inhales and exhales when I say them. No worries. Just breathe. Also, as you move in these poses, try not to create tension. Like here, don't create tension in your neck if at all possible. Try to smile. That lessens some of the tightness in the muscles. You know, we can't help but be more relaxed when we smile. And flow back. Good. Let's do 2 more of the head nods. Good, and this is body awareness. You're just starting to make a connection with your body and what you're feeling. Good, the head comes back down. Good, now in this next movement, let's think about the area in between your tailbone and the top of your pelvis. So here and here. Now, there's a technique in Pilates called scooping your abdominals. So anchor your feet, the soles of your feet, and then press your lower back into the mat. Now notice your tailbone lifts up automatically, and you'll feel a general lifting movement. Now, we often call that the preparation for bridge pose in traditional exercise. So here, tighten all your abdominals as tight as you can. It doesn't matter anything else that's on top, the muscles that are there. Inhale in and exhale out. Tighten the abdominals as tight as you can. Lower back pressing into the mat. Now keep the abdominals tight and firm, but allow your lower back to lift up off the floor so your tailbone drops back down. So everything's still tight. Good. Exhale, tilt your tailbone up towards the sky. Push your toes into the mat. Push the ball of your foot into the mat. Tighten as tight as you can across your abdominals. Good. And then inhale, relax that back down. The lower back lifts off the mat. Good. And again, tilt your tailbone up. It's a very subtle movement. You're not going to have movement in other areas. Now, part of concentration is just the body part that's creating the movement, does the movement. The rest of the body you want to stabilize so that no other movement extraneous is happening in your body, just the area you're focusing on. And then that way we don't have to do 25 repetitions or 2 million preparing for a pose. Good. Now this next one, press your lower back into the mat, your abdominals are tight. Notice which abdominal muscle you feel when you cough. Just take a cough, inhale in, then cough. Do you feel the muscle from hip to hip? That's called the transverse abdominis. Sometimes people call it the TVA muscle. Good. Hold that. It's like a belt from hip to hip. Really draw that muscle inward and upward. Good. And relax your hips down. Now the hips, the abdominals still stay tight. You can also practice that technique at a red light and use your time usefully while you're paying attention, waiting for the light to change. Now for our next movement, we're going to think about something called scapular retraction. So we're going to lift our arms up to the sky. Now keeping your arms straight, meaning you're not going to do this movement bending our elbows. Lift your elbows up off the floor so your fingertips are going towards the sky. Good. Now exhale, draw your shoulder blades into the mat. Draw the shoulder blades, retracting them together, close to each other. So again, inhale, reach up to the sky. And exhale, press your shoulder blades into the mat. Good. And scapular retraction. Are your abdominals still scooped? And press back down. Good. So we reach and press together. Good. And reach and press together. Perfect. Now this will come into play throughout our whole practice today. Float your hands down beside your body. Excellent. Now, scoop your abdominals. Now, when we get ready to do a movement in Pilates, we inhale first and then execute the movement on the exhale. So let's bring our knees up, point your toes, another big Pilates thing. Place your hands on your knees. Point those toes until your toes grumble at you. Good. Now you'll know your knees are at the right distance away from your shoulders, not too close and not too far, by putting the palms of your hands on them. Good. Now bring the hands back next to your body. Scapular retraction. Good. Lift your abdominals inward and upward, scooping. Now keeping the knees bent. Let your right leg come down and touch the mat. Knee stays bent. Flows back up. Same thing other side. Exhale down and flow back up. Alternate knee drops. Another creative name. Lowering down and lifting back up. Now take care that you're not jutting your chin up and that your abdominals are scooped. Good. So we lower and lift. And lift. Very nice. So it's like your legs are sitting in a chair, but your alternate movement here. Now, if you want to create more sensation in this pose, you can make sure your abdominals are scooped, lower back pressed in against the mat, and then you can allow both legs to come down together. So come down and tap, go back up, and tap, flow back up. Come down and tap, go back up. Let's do two more. Flow down and tap. And one more time. Flow down and tap. And come back in. Place the hands behind your knees and just a little circle to release your lower back and to flow the other way. Beautiful. Now leaving those knees right where they are. Inhale, lift your shoulders up off the mat. Now look off past your toes. Good. You can bring your chin to your chest if you like and stretch your arms out next to your knees. Now scapular retraction here. This is called the 100. Good. Now from your shoulder to your fingers all the way up and down. So it's not a movement in your wrist. It's the whole arm. Good. So we lift up and from the knee to the hip, we drive the nails into the board. So here we go. Inhale to prepare. Scoop your abdominals. Press down. Here we go. Press, press. So is this vigorous? Yes. Do we shake the body back and forth? No. So tighten the muscles. Use control as you're breathing. Now you may want to extend one leg out. That's an option. Good. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now this is called 100 because there is 100, a million of them. Knee comes in. The other leg can come out. Good. Inhaling and exhaling. Knee comes in. Both legs can go out. Now, Pilates created this form of exercise from yoga. Does this look like boat pose? Yes. Knees come in. Excellent. 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, and hold. Good. Shoulders come down. And again, little circles. He also used physical therapy, some dance modalities, along with yoga to create Pilates. So sometimes things will look very similar. Good. Let's let our feet come down to the mat and just a little windshield wiper. Good to release because we're going to bring those knees right back up again. So if you think Pilates works from your shoulders to your hips, yes, but it also works out to the extremities. So let's bring the knees back up. Now, lift your shoulders up off the mat and extend your right leg out. Good. Now, in this movement, we're going to think about bringing the knee in close to your chest and then switch. So it's switch and switch, switch and switch. Single leg extension and switch. Now, you also can change this to a rotational movement. So let's stop in the front, hold, hand to the side of the knee, hand to the hip, and we're going to rotate our upper body with this. So inhale to prepare, and exhale, switch and switch. Switch, this is called corkscrew. I had to think about it for a minute. Press and press, press and press. Here's 4 and 3 and 2. Last 2 singles and come back in. Woohoo! Doesn't take long to get warm. Beautiful. Now arms out from the shoulder like the letter T. Big inhale to prepare and allow your knees to come towards the front of the room. Then come back in. to the rear of the room, and come back in. Same thing, shoulders stay down, and come back in. Now when we come to the front of the room this time, extend the top leg from the knee, come back in. Same thing, and flow back in. And extend, flow back in. Now if you're adventuresome, you can extend both legs. So extend and back in. Extend and back in. Extend and back in. And if you're really adventuresome, the last element is reach up and flow back down. Reach up and flow back down. Reach up and flow back down. Now you can pick any element and stay there. And reach and back. One more. And knees come in. Beautiful. Very nice. Feet come down. Little windshield wiper. Yay. Excellent. Very, very, very nice. Now we have one more element, and then we're going to move to our side. So we had single leg extensions. We had corkscrews. Good, let's bring our knees up. This is double leg extension. Now on this one, think about, let's put our feet down. Think about your arms first. So the arms are going to come over our head, out to the sides, and back to our knees. So over your head, out to the sides, and back to your knees. Now when they come back to your knees, let's hug the knees in. So here we go. Over to the side and hugging tight. Now what do the legs do? They just stretch straight out. So here we go. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, we reach. Come back in. Reach and come back in. So reach and come back in. Reach and smile. Breathe and in. Reach and in. Two more. Reach. Are you concentrating? Are you breathing? All right, and hold. Beautiful. Little circle. Yay. A little circle. Beautiful. Feet come down. Yay. So a little side and a little side. Lovely. So we're going to turn on our sides towards the camera. And in this case, you just pick, I suggest you turn towards your TV. Good. So here we go. Now, in these next movements, you're going to be stretched out on your lower arm. Good. Now, I'm going to move up a little bit so that you can see my legs a little better. Not that I'm hiding you, Anna. Okay. Good. So you put one hand in front for a kickstand. And what does this kickstand do? It just keeps you from rolling forward. So think about your shoulders being stacked. The bottom arm is just there for the moment. So it gives you something to rest your head on. Your knees bent, but instead of having your feet forward, have a sense of your feet being in alignment with your seat. Good. So this first one is called the high, H-I-G-H, clam, C-L-A-M. It's called the high clam because you're going to lift your feet off the floor. You keep your bottom thigh attached. Good. Now tuck your tailbone under, scoop your abdominals, and really you create the energy in this pose. So you resist opening and resist closing. You can touch the arches of your feet together or your heels, whichever one you like. So resist opening and resist closing. Good. Now make sure that your bottom leg thigh stays on the mat. Good. Open and close. Now also resist rolling back on the opening. Isolate the leg. Good. And open. Now for some reason when I do this exercise, I always spread my toes. Now that's an involuntary reflex for me, but I bet you might do it too. Good. Open, scoop your abdominal. Open and close. Two more here. Open and close. Open down, hold, and press back. So press, back behind you. Press back, 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 back. Usually you really feel this in your hamstring area. 5, 4, 2, and hold. Lower down. Lovely. Now, straighten the legs out a bit more. Now, imagine that your legs, that you're standing. So your legs are pretty much out straight. Flex your feet. I want you to think about the movement of your thigh bone in the pelvis right here. Good. So we'll lift the leg and lower. Now, flex your foot like you're standing and lower. So it's lift and lower. Lift and lower. So again, your hands in front to keep rolling forward or back. Really concentrate on this movement. In fact, if you're not sure, put your hand right here so you can feel the lift and the lower of the femur. And lower. Now right here, lift, rotate your leg towards the sky. Notice you'll tuck your tailbone under. Good, hold here and come back to the front and down. So lift, rotate, center, and down. Lift, rotate, center, and down. Good. Lift, rotate, center, and one more like that. Lift, rotate, center, and hold. Now the change of that is lift and point up, flex and rotate back down. So lift and point up. Good. Flex and rotate back down. So you rotate to the ceiling point, come up, flex your foot, and rotate back to the front of the room. So rotate to the ceiling point, come up, flex, and rotate back down. Now resist that kick. Come up, point, rotate back down. Control. Lift and point up and rotate back down. Lift and point up and rotate back down. Two more. Lift and point up and rotate back down. One more. Lift and point up, rotate back down. Now go back to the top, up, hold your ankle or as high up as you can go. Hand on the floor, lift your head up off your arm. Push down with that arm on the floor. Float your other leg up. Point your toe. Good. Now really push down. Good. Inhale to prepare. Float your leg up and flow back down. Float your leg up and flow back down. Float your leg up and flow back down. You're going to roll back a little bit. It's okay. Good. It's part of the process. Now, don't get me laughing now. Good. And lift. Now, if you don't come up all the way, don't worry about it. Good. Come up and lower back down. Come up and lower back down. One more. Come up and hold. Let go. Come down. Yay. Yay, yay. Now slide your legs forward. Good. Put your legs back. I almost forgot. Slide your top leg forward. Good. Hand in front. Now here, take care you don't roll forward. Lift the leg up. So lower, lift. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. Oh, yes. Lift. Lower, lift. Two more. And lift and hold. Now press back, 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 back. Point your toe. And flex forward. Press back, back, back. Point. And flex forward. Press back, back, back. Flex forward. Press back. Flex forward. One more. Yay. Forward. Now leg comes back. Legs come down. Slide your legs forward. Good. Use both hands. Help yourself up. Guess what? You're just going to rotate to the other side. So reposition. Yes. It's all this bun walking. That's like old days when you used to do those in exercise class. I'm dating myself. I always thought they were worthless. They're mobility. Good, yes. All right, so back to the high clam. So hand in front, bend your knees, touch your inside legs together. Remember that bottom thigh is attached. Feet off the floor. Tuck your tailbone. Scoop your abdominals. Good, here we go. Inhale to prepare and exhale. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Good. Open and close. Really resist. So you create the resistance. Open and close. And try not to roll back. I caught myself doing it. Good. So open. You know, 90% of the things teachers say to you is because they just did it and they want to remind you not to. Good. And lift and close. Now this time, press back. Press, press. Oh, yes. Press, press, press. A lot of sensation. It's a good thing. Never any sharp shooting pain. And hold Good. Lower, 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 lower. Ah. And stretch the legs out all the way. Now flex your feet. Good. Now big inhale here. Good. Remember, this is just the lift and lower. Lift and lower. So on this one, the biggest thing you see oftentimes is people think higher is better. What you want to think about is the alignment of your knee to your hip. So coming over here, you're rolling back. So you're just lifting here, controlling this movement right here in the hip socket. So you're lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering. Lifting, try not to lead with your ankle. That would look something like this. Good. So lift. Now rotate. Now you're going to go back a little bit in the hips. Come back to the center and down. So it's lift, rotate, center, and down. It's not a foot movement. And rotate. It's from your hip if you're not sure. Your hand right here. Rotate, center, and you'll feel it. Lift, rotate, center. Good. 3 more. Lift, rotate, center, and down. Lift, rotate, center. 1 more time. Here's lift, rotate, center. Now slow. Here's lift and point, up, flex and rotate back to the front as you come down. So lift and point, up, flex to the front and come back down. Lift and point, up, flex to the front and come back down. Now let's do it tempo. Inhale to prepare, lift and point, up, and focus back down. Lift and point, up, and focus back down. Lift and point, up, rotate back down. 2 more. And up, rotate back down. And up, rotate back down. Now go all the way up and hold. Hold, hold, hold. Flex your ankle or as high as you can reach. Lift your head up. Push down into the mat with your other arm. Good. Now roll back ever so slightly. Lift your other leg. Point your toe. Good. Now big inhale to prepare. Exhale, elevate and lower. Now try not to throw the leg up there. Try to touch. Touch and lower. And lower. Touch and lower. Load up and down. Touch. Sometimes you just have to throw it up there, don't you? Oh, yeah, it will go up that high. Good. Very nice. 3 more. Here's press and lower. Press and hold at the top on this one. Hold. Let go. Come all the way down slowly, slowly, slowly. Ah, good. Now, top leg goes forward. Hand in front. Try not to roll forward. Lift the foot up. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. Lower. Try to have the leg right in front of your navel. And press and lower. Press and lower. 1 more. Press. Hold. Now press back, 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 back. Point. Flex forward. Back, back, back. Sideline kick like we did before. Only this time sideline. And forward. Press back, back, back. And forward. Back, 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 back. And forward. Last one. Yay. Very nice. Bring the knees together. Bend your knees. Ah, and help yourself up to seat. Beautiful. Excellent. Lovely. Now, we're going to change positions again, but this time we're going to come to face down. So let's bring our heads to the middle. All right. So the first one we're going to do here is called Sphinx. Now, if that sounds familiar, if you're familiar with yoga, yes. So hands so that you're propped up on your elbows and straight forward. Now, first notice you have a lot of movement in your shoulders. So take a big inhale and just let your chin come to your chest and relax in between those shoulders. Now pull your tailbone, scoop your abdominals, and notice that the bottom of your rib cage usually lifts up off the mat. Press the tops of your feet down. Now inhale to prepare, and then exhale, press into the mat. Elevate your upper body up. Good. Try to keep bun muscles, sit muscles relaxed. Good. And inhale, flow down. Exhale, flow up. Inhale, flow down. Exhale, flow up. Inhale, flow down. Now you can add the elbows if you like. So press the elbows, lift, pull your tailbone down, scoop the abdominals, and flow back down. Inhale. Exhale, flow up. Good. Flow back down. Exhale, flow up. Good. Now on the next one, we're over our right shoulder. So flow up, exhale. Inhale, shoulder. Come back in and flow down. Other side too. Flow up, shoulder, center, down. Flow up, shoulder, center, down. Flow up, down. Now this time let's do both sides. So flow up, side, side, down. Go to the opposite side. Flow up and side, center, side, down. Let's do one more of each one. Flow up and side, center, side, down. Flow up and side, center, side, down. Very nice. So here, allow your hands to go back. Good, palms down. Turn your head to one side. Doesn't matter which side. So on this next movement, this is called heel, H-E-A, not the healing kind, but H-E-E-L, beats, B-E-A-T-S. Not the eating beats, but the beats in the music. So stretch your knees away from your body, pull your tailbone down, and bend your knees. Now try to have a sense of having your feet over your knees. You should feel more attached in the groin right here at the base of the torso. Now think about your upper body first with just the feet flexed. Press down your thighs, press down your pelvis. Good. Zip up your abdominals. Inhale to prepare. Lift your head up. And exhale, turn your head down the other way. Good. So this time we're going to lift on the exhale. So inhale, exhale, lift, and inhale down. Exhale, lift, and inhale down. So you're alternating sides as you go down. So it's exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, and inhale down. Well, you say, where does the beats come in? Aha! Good question. Good. One more time. Now just turn your head to one side. Now, again, scapular retraction. Scoop your abdominals, press your pelvis into the mat. Now think about your feet, and especially in this exercise, just the feet do the movement. Don't kick so hard that your body jerks back and forth. So inhale to prepare. Press your heels towards your bottom. So you press 1, 2, 3, and then inhale, head comes down. Exhale up, 1, 2, 3, inhale down. Exhale up, 3, 2, 1, inhale down. Exhale up, 1, 2, 3, and inhale down. Exhale up, 3, 2, 1, and inhale down. Now, if you're getting the hang of that, what you think about with your arms, the hands can stay where they are, shoulders rolled back down, scapular retraction, or when you lift up, you can fly your arms. Good. You can also reach behind your back and hold your fingers or interlace your fingers or hold a wrist. When you lift up, you'll reach that towards your feet. Good. So any one of those that you'd like to do. I'm going to fly my hands. Are you going to interlace yours? Okay, good. Very nice. So here we go. We'll do slow motion at first. Good. Inhale up. Press 2, 3. Slow back down. Good. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, come up. 1, 2, 3, and inhale down. And exhale, 2, 3, and inhale down. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, and inhale down. Let me see you. Exhale up, lift your hands off your bottom. Flow back down. There you go. Lift up and flow back down. Beautiful. Lift up, press, 2, 3, and back and down. Come up and press, 2, 3, and back and down. Press up and 1, 2, 3, and back and down. Come up and 1, 2, 3, and down. Come up and 1, 2, 3, and down. One more. Come up and 1, 2, 3, and legs go out. Arms come down. And just stack your arms and put your forehead on top for a moment. Stretching your arms out. That was beautiful. Yay. So heel beats. Now there's another form of breathing that goes with that, but we'll do that next time. Sometimes it's just so much information, you know. Of course, with YouTube, you can replay. That's right. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. So, as we get ready to finish up our practice today, what you're going to want to think about or your exercise class for today in Pilates is always inhale and then execute the movement. Now, do you have to be matched with me or your teacher? No. Go with the flow of your breath. But Pilates generally moves a little bit quicker than, say, yoga would. But again, it depends on the lineage of yoga. If you've ever been in a power class or a power Ashtanga class or anything like that, you know those classes move quickly. But Pilates really focuses on the precision of the movements. So, precision done by the control with that focus and concentration creates the precision. So, each of these things flow hand in hand together. Good. And it doesn't take a whole lot of Pilates using those elements for you to know you've done it. Good. So, with that thought in mind, let's just place our hands at our shoulders. We're going to press back into child's pose. But in child's pose, it's the same here, just like it is in yoga, but open your knees wider and then sit back on your heel. Walk your arms forward. Good. Now, once you're in place, just keep the arms off the mat for a moment and literally press your hands into the mat so it pushes your bottom towards your heel. Very, very nice. Let's come back up. Hands and knees. Good. Now round your back like a cat. Look at your knees. Push into the floor. Good. Now keep pushing into the floor, but pull your tailbone away from your head like you're the figurehead on a ship, bringing your chest forward. Good. Come back to the center and press your hips in one direction. Look at your little toe on the other side. Good. Same thing on the other side. Press your hips out. Let them literally go past your knees. Good. And come back to the center. And then let's have a seat. We'll finish with our final stretches here. Of course, always time for wardrobe adjustments because in Pilates, you know you're doing it right if your clothes travel. Good. So just coming into whatever seated position works for you. Now let's take that arm, bring it close to your body. Roll your shoulder back and down. Reach out with your opposite hand. Bring it to the side of your head and gently press into the floor and just let the weight of your hand press the head towards your shoulder on your right. Keep pressing down at the same time. Good. Now the head comes back up, hand comes down, roll your shoulder back, reach out on the right, head goes. Good. Good. You never want to push, but you allow the weight of your hand to start to open the side of the neck in that area. Good. Head comes back up. Now take that same hand. Now behind your back, you're going to hold your wrist. So reach behind your back. Now a good way to do this, roll your shoulder back, reach behind, clasp the wrist. Now once you have the wrist in your hand, pull to the left, lay your head that way. Good. Let's make that your right. Good. You're holding right wrist. Good. Laying your head to the right. Good. Now if you don't feel this in your neck and deltoid going down into your bicep, cross from here downward. Good. Excellent. Change your head position. Perhaps you look down and you'll feel it more. Good. Head comes back up. Now reach behind. Switch the hand behind. Good. Tuck to your right. Lay your head to the right. Now this one you should feel more over the fullness of the top of your shoulder and down into the bicep and the neck. If you do not feel it in your neck, again, change your head position. Sometimes it's the angle in which you face. So your nose might come up, you feel it. You go down, you feel it. A little bit different each person. Good. Head comes back up. Now let's bring both arms in front. Now interlace your fingers lightly. So don't squeeze because that raises your blood pressure. We don't want to do that. Good, elbows shoulder height. Now on this one, scapular retraction. Good, now hug. It's an isometric movement. You're not changing the length of the muscles, but you're creating a lot of energy right there, especially on the inside and the upper arms. So press, press, press. Good, and release that. Good, and again, draw your shoulder blades together and hug. Big hug. Excellent. This takes a lot of the surface tension out of the muscles. Good. Now, relax that. Bring the hands behind your head. Press your head back into your hands. Push your elbows back, but lift your sternum. So lift up. Press the elbows back. Glance up at your eyebrows. Good. Good, good, good. Big opening. Now tilt a little bit to the right. Now keep that left elbow back. Look up. Good. Very nice. Now come back to the center. Same thing on the other side. Good. And remember, you're not trying to go for broke. You're not trying to reach the floor. You're just creating length in the side of the body. Good. Come back to the center. Very, very, very nice. Now, float both hands forward and then behind your back. Now, interlace your fingers or hold a wrist. It doesn't matter which. Float your shoulders back. Bring them up to your ears. Float back and down. Now, push straight back. Hands off your back, away from your body. Good, especially in your neck and shoulders, reaching down to your elbows. Good, especially in the bicep. Excellent. And release. Good. And then just relax that. Place hand on the floor. Reach up. Big movement. Now reach as far apart as you can now. Good. Excellent. Now let the left hand come down. Lift up your right arm. Now turn your whole body to the left and hand on the knee. Look over your shoulders so you feel like you're wringing out a washcloth in the middle of your body. Very, very nice. Head comes forward. Now anchor that left hand. Reach wide. And again, reach as far apart as you can. Then anchor the hand. You can look that way if you have no issues with your neck. If you do, just look at the other hand or look forward or look in an upward direction. Breath come back to normal. Now let the hand in the air come down behind. Lift up your other hand and turn your whole body to the right. Look over your shoulder on the right. Now really take a big inhale once you've anchored that left hand. Lift up tall and exhale, rotate just a little bit more. Look over your shoulder. Excellent. So big inhale here, just look forward. Float both hands forward. Now bring your feet into a diamond shape. Now people think in butterfly that automatically you have to bring your feet right up in your groin. No, keep your feet further away. Good, now big inhale up. Hinge forward. Good, float back up and hinge forward. Now you do it 3 times because the third time you're going to go as far forward as possible. Hands come down. Now inhale here, look up first, and then exhale, round down like you're going to put your head or your forehead on your feet. Even if it would never go there or not, think that. Good. Now let your tailbone drop down and actually arch in your lower back. How can you do that? Push your hands down in the mat and push away a little bit, and you should feel a little bit of an arch there. Very, very nice. Now, curl back up 1 vertebrae at a time. Excellent. Now, you can bring the feet a little closer inward in cross-leg position. Hands on your knees. Last movements we're going to do. So inhale, lift up tall. Good. Now, exhale, come as far forward as you can, straight back. Now, rotate to the side. Bring your shoulder in. Round your back like cat. As you go back, hold on. You're going to fall over if you don't. Bring the other shoulder in and big circle. Good. So this lengthens everything in the back of your body. Good. So just nice and slow. Now change directions. So again, the other shoulder comes in. Roll back. Keep flowing. Roll back. Let's do one more. Good. Now stay in the cat position, seated cat. Then come back upright. Good. In our last movement here, all the way up to the sky. Now imagine you're collecting flowers. Sweep forward and throw them over your head. Good. Let's do that one more time. Good. Now imagine you're diving in the pool. Dive in the pool. Good. And dive in the pool one more time. Good. And bring the hands together on top. Bring the hands down. Beautiful. Give yourself a big hand. You guys earned it today. Have a great evening. And you can practice this at any time at our YouTube channel. Don't forget. Enjoy. Have a great evening.